The case of Lucy Letby is one of the most shocking and distressing stories to emerge from the UK healthcare system in recent years. A former neonatal nurse, Letby was accused of committing heinous acts against Plough's most vulnerable patients, newborns in intensive care. Her case raises profound questions about trust, safety, and accountability in medical settings. Lucy Letby was born in 1990 in Hereford, England. From a young age, she displayed a strong desire to help others, leading her to pursue a career in nursing. She studied at the University of Chester, where she earned her nursing degree in 2011. Upon graduating, Letby took a position at the Countess of Chester Hospital, working in the neonatal unit. Colleagues described her as dedicated and compassionate, qualities essential in a field where lives hang in the balance. Her career began with promise, as she engaged with the challenges of neonatal nursing. The neonatal unit, which cares for premature and critically ill infants, is often a place of both hope and despair. However, in 2015, a series of tragic incidents began to unfold within the unit. Reports indicated an alarming increase in the number of neonatal deaths and medical emergencies occurring on shifts when Letby was present. Initially, these events were deemed unfortunate but not uncommon in a high-stress environment like neonatal care. But as the pattern continued, concerns escalated. By 2016, hospital management launched an internal investigation. Data revealed that the neonatal unit was experiencing a significantly higher number of unexpected deaths during Letby's shifts compared to those of her colleagues. This prompted further scrutiny, leading to the involvement of external investigators. In July 2016, Letby was suspended from her nursing duties pending an investigation. The news of her suspension sent shockwaves through the community, as she was viewed as a dedicated nurse. Families who had entrusted their newborns to her care were left feeling betrayed and anxious. The internal investigation raised red flags, prompting law enforcement to step in. In 2018, Lucy Letby was arrested and charged with multiple counts, including the murder of 8 infants and the attempted murder of 10 others. The allegations were horrifying and raised numerous questions. How could a caregiver turn into a perpetrator? What had gone wrong within the hospital environment to allow such actions to occur? The news of her arrest garnered widespread media attention, captivating and horrifying the public. The courtroom became a focal point for the unfolding drama, as the prosecution laid out their case against Letby, claiming she had deliberately harmed the infants to gain attention and sympathy. The trial began in 2022 and was marked by emotional testimonies from parents of the affected infants. Many of these parents shared their heart-wrenching experiences, detailing their hopes and dreams for their newborns, only to have them shattered by tragedy. The emotional weight of their stories underscored the gravity of the accusations against Letby. The prosecution presented a compelling narrative, supported by medical records and expert testimonies. They argued that Letby had a motive, her desire for attention and recognition as a dedicated nurse. For instance, there were claims that she had been present during critical moments when infants unexpectedly deteriorated or died. This pattern, they argued, was too consistent to be mere coincidence. In contrast, Letby's defense team maintained that the deaths were tragic, but not a result of any malicious intent. They argued that the neonatal unit faced numerous challenges, including staffing shortages and the inherent risks associated with caring for critically ill infants. They contended that the stress and chaos of the environment could have contributed to the tragic outcomes. Throughout the trial, the media coverage was intense and often sensationalized, with headlines that captured the public's imagination. The case resonated deeply, particularly among parents, as it exposed fears surrounding the safety of their children in healthcare settings. It sparked national conversations about the quality of care in neonatal units and the need for accountability within the medical profession. The emotional toll of the trial extended far beyond the courtroom. Families who had suffered the loss of their newborns felt compelled to share their experiences, contributing to a growing narrative about the fragility of life and the trust placed in healthcare providers. The tragic stories of these families served as a powerful reminder of the human cost of such incidents. In November 2022, after an exhaustive trial, the jury reached a verdict. Lucy Letby was found guilty of murdering 7 babies and attempting to murder 6 others. The verdict left the courtroom in silence, with many visibly emotional. The decision marked a significant moment for the families affected, as it validated their pain and suffering. Following the verdict, discussions emerged about the systemic issues within the healthcare system that allowed such tragedies to occur. Parents and advocates called for reforms aimed at improving oversight and accountability in neonatal units. The case underscored the need for robust reporting mechanisms for healthcare professionals to voice concerns without fear of retaliation. In the aftermath of the trial, the Countess of Chester Hospital faced intense scrutiny regarding its practices and protocols. Critics argued that the hospital had failed to act swiftly enough in response to the alarming trends in the neonatal unit. This raised broader questions about the responsibilities of healthcare institutions to protect their patients and the measures needed to ensure that incidents like these do not happen again. On August 21, 2023, Lucy Letby was sentenced to a life term in prison, with a minimum of 40 years before she is eligible for parole. This sentence reflects the severity of her crimes and the profound impact on the families involved. The judge described her actions as sickening and emphasized the need for justice for the victims and their families. In a surprising twist, Letby announced her intention to appeal the verdict, asserting her innocence. This appeal process will likely involve a thorough examination of the evidence presented during the trial and could extend the legal proceedings significantly. The decision to appeal has reignited public interest and debate around the case, as many wonder what new arguments or evidence might be put forth in her defense. The Lucy Letby case has drawn comparisons to other tragic cases involving healthcare professionals who have abused their positions of trust. For example, the case of Harold Shipman, a general practitioner who was convicted of murdering 15 patients in the late 1990s, highlighted the risks associated with unchecked power in the medical profession. Shipman's actions led to sweeping changes in medical oversight in the UK, emphasizing the need for vigilant monitoring of healthcare providers. Similarly, the case of Michael Swango, a nurse and physician in the United States, who was implicated in multiple patient deaths over several years, underscored the importance of thorough background checks and reporting systems in healthcare settings. These cases, like Letby's, showcase the potential for betrayal within the very systems designed to protect and care for patients. The Lucy Letby case has left an indelible mark on public perception of neonatal care and hospital safety. Advocacy groups emerged, pushing for legislative changes that would enhance patient safety and ensure better training and support for healthcare workers. The narrative surrounding Letby's case became a rallying point for those fighting for reforms within the healthcare system. As a direct response to the case, several organizations began to focus on raising awareness about neonatal care challenges. Workshops and seminars were organized to educate healthcare professionals about recognizing signs of distress in patients, fostering a culture of open communication, and ensuring that patient safety remains a top priority. In reflecting on the tragic case of Lucy Letby, we are confronted with uncomfortable truths about the complexities of trust in healthcare. The case is a chilling reminder of the responsibilities that come with caring for vulnerable individuals. It challenges us to advocate for a healthcare system that prioritizes transparency, accountability, and the well-being of patients above all else. Letby's actions, while incomprehensible, have sparked essential conversations about the need for vigilance in medical settings. Families must be able to trust healthcare providers with their children's lives, and any breach of that trust can lead to devastating consequences. As we continue to discuss this case, let us honor the memories of the innocent lives lost and commit ourselves to ensuring that such tragedies are prevented in the future. The Lucy Letby case serves not only as a warning, but as a call to action for all of us to advocate for a healthcare system that protects the most vulnerable among us. This story is one of sorrow, betrayal, and ultimately, a fight for justice. As we reflect on the legacy of Lucy Letby's actions, may it inspire us to foster a culture of safety and support within our healthcare systems. The path forward must be paved with compassion, vigilance, and a commitment to ensuring that every child in our care is treated with the dignity and respect they deserve.